I remember the disciples were out in the boat, and if you remember correctly, Jesus sent them on across, and he told them that they were going to go ahead and go across, and he told me, he said, boys, you just hang out in the boat, and I'm going up to the mountain here, and I'm going to pray. And the Bible says about 4 a.m. in the morning, if you do the research, that Jesus decided to join them back in the boat. Now, he didn't catch a boat back out there, but according to the scriptures, Jesus began walking across the water. And watch this. The Bible says, watch what the Bible says. The Bible says that those grown men, those 12 grown men, fishermen, businessmen, grown men, the Bible says they got scared. But watch this. They didn't just do that, but watch. The Bible says they cried out in fear. Listen, I thought about that. Can you imagine for just a moment? I don't even know if this will hold me. Nope, it won't. These grown men are in this boat, and the Bible says all of a sudden they see Jesus. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my! What? I mean, a grown man. Oh my God, Jesus, you gotta help us! A grown man. I mean, really imagine this just for a moment, because we like to say that they got scared. The Bible says they began to cry. I mean, God, what is that coming across the waters? Oh my God! And you know what Jesus said to them? Guys, seriously? I'll read it to you. Watch. The Bible says Jesus looked at him and said, don't be afraid. Listen, I can't help but believe. I talked to him enough. I think I can tell you a little something he might have said. Really? Really? You just left me. We were doing miracles on the side, and it's really scaring you that I can walk on the water? And then Peter rose up out of that boat. And Peter said, I'm going to take a risk with this one. And Peter said, Jesus, hold on a minute. If that's really you, then guess what? I want to do what you're doing. All of the 11 probably sitting there thinking, oh, Peter, no, Peter, you crazy, dude. You really? No, Peter says, I want to take a risk. I want to take a risk, and if that's really Jesus, if it's really Jesus I'm hearing, can I bring it to us today? If it's really Jesus that I'm hearing today, then I want to trust to be able to walk just like you're walking on that water. You know what Jesus looked at me and said? Bring it on. Listen, bring your fears, bring your trust, bring whatever it is that is scaring you, and you just come on. You let the rest of them sit there scared if you want to, but you just come on. You just come on. Step out that boat right now and begin coming towards me. And the Bible says that Peter got out of the boat, and Peter began walking on that water, walking just as solid on that water as I am walking on that stage. But watch this. As soon as he allowed fear to set in, as soon as the enemy and the winds came about him, he got scared and he began to sink. And God made me write this word to let you know today that there are some areas in your life that were going fine when you weren't scared, but when you got scared, things began to fall apart. When you got scared, you began to sink. God told me to let you know your marriage was just fine when you were trusting me. He said to let you know your money didn't get funny until you quit trusting him. He said life didn't get crazy until you stopped looking at him. I'm not going to stop until you admit I'm talking to you today. Listen, God said your house was in order while you were trusting me. Your family was just fine while you were trusting me, but you let fear do you in. You let fear take you down. The moment you begin to fear, I stop by to let you know you'll begin to sink. And you have to beg out as Peter did that day, and he said, Lord, save me. I'm sinking. I took my eyes off of you. I began to fear. I let fear overcome me. I stepped out on faith, but then I began to fear. And guess what? Immediately the Bible says Jesus reached down with his hand and he grabbed him. Listen.